back to be the voice in your ear. I am Ted the Ranger Irvine. Absent again is Lee Bodfield, still in Kandor, helping out an orphan as the episode of APF, American Podcast Federation, from Studio 1615 that brings you action as Kevin Journey makes his way down to the ring, our prestigious champion. Kevin Journey showing off that prestigious championship. And now Matt the Billionaire Boyd making his way down the ring right now. Both men in the ring. Bell rings, Irish whip, and a head snap. Elbow drop to Kevin Journey from Matt Boyd. And lifts up Matt Boyd, who got his winnings selling a comic book. Irish whip. Oh. And finally, offense. Kevin Journey with the offense. And a hip toss. And now boots to the chest to Matt Boyd from our prestigious champion. And now boots to the spine of Matt Boyd and a forearm. And stomps to the back yet again and lifts up Matt Boyd, and Matt Boyd with the reversal of his own hip toss, leg drop. And Matt Boyd looking for another leg drop to Kevin Journey, our prestigious champion. Irish whips Kevin Journey in the ropes and clotheslines him into the turnbuckle and drags him to the center of the ring and elbows to the shoulder of Kevin Journey, our prestigious champion. And Matt Boyd drags Kevin Journey and leg drops Kevin Journey. Scoop slam to our prestigious champion, and back with the elbows to the shoulder of Kevin Journey, and Kevin Journey rolls out and forearm to Matt Boyd, but a hip toss to Kevin Journey. And the knee to the back of the spine of Kevin Journey, our prestigious champion. Matt Boyd has been in control of all this action. And the kicks to the back of the spine to Kevin Journey. And Kevin Journey reverses it with the headlock. And now raking the shoulders of Matt Boyd with the knee to the back of the spine. And now Kevin Journey is in control. But Matt Boyd powering out, not giving Kevin Journey much offense in this match to start off our episode of APF from Studio 1615. Matt Boyd puts Kevin Journey on the top rope, and Kevin Journey kicks Matt Boyd, and Kevin Journey with the 550 splash onto Matt Boyd, but an uppercut to Kevin Journey. And a suplex to Matt Boyd. And his Three Amigo clothesline to Matt Boyd. And now Kevin Journey drags Matt Boyd to the center of the ring. For the pinfall attempt, only a 2 count. From our prestigious champion, finally getting a pinfall attempt in. But Matt Boyd back in control, but no, back to the forearm. Exchanging blows, but an Irish whip to Matt Boyd in the corner. And a power bomb into the turnbuckle to Matt Boyd. And now Kevin Journey, forearms to the back, and now doing push-ups on his back showing off a little bit now. Finally, Kevin Journey getting in the rhythm of the match. Elbow drop to Matt Boyd and stomps to Matt Boyd. Kevin Journey getting a little second wind in. Head snap to Matt Boyd, cranking the shoulders of Matt Boyd with the knee in the back of the spine. Elbows to the ribs of Kevin Journey. Hip toss to Kevin Journey back into the rear naked chokehold of Kevin Journey, our prestigious champion. Powering out. Forearm and a hip toss to Kevin Journey. And a suplex to Kevin Journey. Matt Boyd getting up slowly. Arm stomp. Rolls over Kevin Journey. Knee to the back of the head of Kevin Journey. And now another knee to the back of the spine of Kevin Journey. And Kevin Journey rolls out of the way. And back with a Three Amigo clothesline to Matt Boyd. And our prestigious champion going for the pinfall attempt after the Three Amigo clothesline, but no, only a 2 count. And both men on their knees, and they slowly get up, and a drop kick to Kevin Journey from Matt Boyd. And lifts up Kevin Journey. And a face plant to Kevin Journey. And now Kevin Journey with a suplex attempt. Hits the suplex to Matt Boyd. Looks like Kevin Journey sizing up Matt Boyd for something. Ah, he hits him with the uglier. Goes for the pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count after the uglier. Both men giving it all in this prestigious match of APF from Studio 1615. And a drop kick to the back of Matt Boyd. And Kevin Journey going to the top rope. Leg drop from the top rope to Matt Boyd. And Kevin Journey goes for the pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count. So much action. To Kevin Journey goes for the pinfall attempt. And Matt Boyd beats Kevin Journey 2 episodes in a row. And Matt Boyd putting his hand out, and Kevin Journey slapping Matt's hand out of the way. And now we have the bell ring as Eric Jacobs and Ryan Baines in the ring, and Eric Jacobs went for an Irish clothesline and hits the ref, and the ref is cold out, and both men, or Eric Jacobs in control over Ryan Baines, are anti-Canadian of APF from Studio 1615. He cost Ryan Baines in our prestigious match against Kenny Johnson when he came out and had some words with Ryan Baines, and now the ref back up as Eric Jacobs was in control. Now Ryan Baines with an uppercut, now in control, single leg drop, knee to the knee to Eric Jacobs, our anti-Canadian, and pushes Ryan Baines and Eric Jacobs with the pinfall attempt, but not even a count. And now Eric Jacobs in control with the gut to the knee to Ryan Baines, and now a pinfall attempt. 1 count now with Eric Jacobs looking a little confused. And now Ryan Baines elbow to the back, but Eric Jacobs in control. The spine of the knee, and now stomps to Eric Jacobs. Lee is missing so much action. Helping out the orphan in Kandor. It sounds like everything is going well though. They are getting on the plane though and coming back. And now a suplex to Eric Jacobs and pinfall attempt to Eric Jacobs, only a 2 count. And now Irish whip to Ryan Baines. Slowly. And a toast sweep to Eric Jacobs after a slow attempt from the Irish whip. And now Ryan Baines in control. And a suplex attempt, but Eric Jacobs with his own suplex to Ryan Baines. Our anti-Canadian goes for the pinfall attempt. And only a 2 count. As Ryan Baines from Canada. And a headbutt to Ryan Baines. And Ryan Baines Irish whips. Eric Jacobs Irish whips Ryan Baines over the top rope. And both men outside the ring. And a knee to the back of the spine to Ryan Baines. Eric Jacobs Irish whips Ryan Baines back into the ring. And Eric Jacobs goes for the pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count. And Eric Jacobs with a suplex. And back to it with another pinfall attempt on Ryan Baines. Trying to prove Canada. And a elbow. And a pinfall attempt yet again from our anti-Canadian. And only a 2 count. Eric Jacobs in control with a forearm. And a reverse, a suplex to Ryan Baines, or from Eric Jacobs. And a pinfall attempt from Ryan Baines. And kicks to the back of Eric Jacobs. And now Ryan Baines in control over this match. And a knee to Eric Jacobs, our anti-Canadian. And now Ryan Baines with a pinfall attempt of his own. Only a 2 count. And both men get up slowly. Oh! And the Trident Spear to Eric Jacobs. And a pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count after the Trident Spear. And now a head face rake. Irish whip into the corner. And Eric Jacobs getting put onto the top turnbuckle. And a suplex attempt from the top rope to Eric Jacobs. Eric Jacobs gets suplexed from the top rope and a pinfall attempt from Ryan Baines. Only a 2 count. And now kicks to Eric Jacobs. And now Ryan Baines in control over this match after the Trident Spear. And a pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count. And this kicks the back of the spine to our anti-Canadian. And kicks to the quad. And another pinfall attempt to Eric Jacobs. And a 2 count. Ryan Baines looks a little distraught. And both men back on their feet. As Ryan Baines with a rear naked chokehold. to Eric Jacobs. And torquing on the rear naked chokehold, Ryan Baines. And now Eric Jacobs powering out of the rear naked chokehold. Gut shot. Hip toss. And a gut shot from Ryan Baines to Eric Jacobs. A rake to the eye. And a face plant to Eric Jacobs. And goes for the pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count. Our anti-Canadian kicks out, but Ryan Baines with the face plant to Eric Jacobs, another pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count yet again. Ryan Baines looks confused. What does he have to do to put our anti-Canadian out for the pinfall? And now Eric Jacobs with the scoop slam powerbomb of his own to Ryan Baines and a pinfall attempt. Ryan Baines took too much time, and now Eric Jacobs in control. Forearm to the back of Eric Jacobs, and an uppercut to Eric Jacobs. And a hip toss to Eric Jacobs and a pinfall to Eric Jacobs. Only a 2 count, and both men giving it all in this prestigious episode. And a suplex to Ryan Baines. Eric Jacobs just stalking Ryan Baines. And a hip toss. And a pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count. Drags Ryan Baines onto the mat with the arm. But Ryan Baines in control now. After he reverses it into an Irish whip in the turnbuckle. Slams. And now Ryan Baines with a pinfall attempt. 2 count. And a suplex to Ryan Baines. From Studio 1615. And a DDT to Ryan Baines and Eric Jacobs with a pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count. Both men giving it all. And now Ryan Baines Irish whips Eric Jacobs into the turnbuckle. And puts Eric Jacobs on the top turnbuckle. Goes for a suplex from the top rope and hits it. A suplex. And now a pinfall attempt to Eric Jacobs. Not enough to put Eric Jacobs away. And a Samoan drop to Eric Jacobs. And now Ryan Baines. Knee to the forehead to Eric Jacobs and a pinfall attempt. And only a 2 count. And another suplex. And now Ryan Baines with a pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count. What do these men have to do? An Irish whip to Ryan Baines. And a spine buster to Ryan Baines from Eric Jacobs. And a pinfall attempt. Putting his hand in Ryan Baines' face. Putting more pressure on it, but only a 2 count. And elbow to the back of Ryan Baines, and yet again goes for the pinfall. But Ryan Baines quickly kicks out. And yet Ryan Baines gets yet another DDT from Eric Jacobs. And Eric Jacobs with the pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count as Ryan Baines kicks out after getting hit with another DDT. And both men on their feet. Oh! And the Trident Spear to Eric Jacobs. in a pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count after the Trident Spear. Oh, and Eric Jacobs tasting a DDT of it from Ryan Baines. And Ryan Baines goes for the pinfall. Only a 2 count. And now Ryan Baines Irish whips Eric Jacobs in the turnbuckle. And then puts Eric Jacobs on the top turnbuckle again. Looking for another suplex from the top rope. And hits the suplex from the top rope again and goes for the pinfall. Only a 2 count as our anti-Canadian will not get pinned. And Ryan Baines Irish whips Eric Jacobs in the turnbuckle. And slams Eric Jacobs, goes for the pinfall. And only a 2 count. Hip toss to Eric Jacobs. And Ryan Baines goes for the pinfall. Only a 2 count. Back and forth action from APF. Studio 1615. And a suplex to Eric Jacobs. Goes for the pinfall. Only a 2 count. One of these men will make a mistake. What will it be? And who will it be? A low blow to Eric Jacobs. In a pinfall attempt. Ref may have looked the other way after getting clothesline from Eric Jacobs earlier on in the match. And Ryan Baines putting Eric Jacobs on the top turnbuckle. Going for a back suplex to Eric Jacobs and goes for the pinfall. Only a 2 count from the back suplex. Both men get up slowly and Ryan Baines back in control over Eric Jacobs. Irish whips him in the turnbuckle. Clothesline in the turnbuckle and stomps to the chest. Slams Eric Jacobs on the mat. Pinfall. 2 count. Eric Jacobs showing heart and gets Irish whipped into the turnbuckle. Ryan Baines putting Eric Jacobs on the top turnbuckle. Going yet again for another suplex from the top rope. Hits it. Goes for the pinfall attempt. Will this match ever end? Both men giving it all in this prestigious episode of APF. So much action. And yet another pinfall attempt to Eric Jacobs. And only a 2 count. Ryan Baines looks confused. Eric Jacobs getting up a little bit slower this time. And Irish whipped into the turnbuckle. And Eric Jacobs getting put on the top turnbuckle and gets a reversal. Eric Jacobs getting off the top turnbuckle and punches in the DDT to Ryan Baines from Eric Jacobs. And now Eric Jacobs, our anti-Canadian, in control and goes for the pinfall. Only a 2 count. And both men getting up slowly. And a stomp to the back of Ryan Baines. And yet again, another pinfall attempt from Eric Jacobs. Not really doing much, just kind of stopping him and going for a pinfall. Goes for the DDT. Goes for the pinfall after the DDT, and only a 2 count. After the DDT to Ryan Baines. And another kick to the back to Ryan Baines, showing a little bit of disrespect to Ryan Baines. Oh, and a spear attempt, but Eric Jacobs gets out of the way in a pinfall attempt. And only a 2 count after the missed trident spear. And Eric Jacobs kicking the back of the head of Ryan Baines. And another DDT to Ryan Baines. Cutting open Ryan Baines. And goes for the pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count. Baines bleeding from the forehead. And Eric Jacobs. Forearm to Ryan Baines, and now forearms to Eric Jacobs. Both men. And a toe sweep to Eric Jacobs. And a pinfall attempt to Eric Jacobs. And only a 2 count. And a reversal into a hip toss. And now a pinfall by Ryan Baines. And Eric Jacobs kicks out at 2. Ryan Baines Irish whips Eric Jacobs in the turnbuckle. And now Ryan Baines on the second. Elbow drop to Eric Jacobs. And a pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count. Eric Jacobs kicks out at 2. Knee to the face to Eric Jacobs. And a pinfall attempt to Eric Jacobs. And Eric Jacobs kicks out at 2. Ryan Baines elbow. Forearm to the back of Ryan Baines. And a belly-to-belly attempt, but Ryan Baines counters out with a hip toss. And now knee stomp to Eric Jacobs and a pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count. Eric Jacobs kicks out at 2. Irish whip Eric Jacobs in the turnbuckle. Slowly going over to Eric Jacobs, and Eric Jacobs reverses a stomp. And now a forearm to the back and a hip toss to Eric Jacobs. Ryan Baines getting up slowly in a pinfall attempt. And Eric Jacobs kicks out at 2. And a trident spear to Eric Jacobs. Drags Eric Jacobs to the center of the ring. Only a 2 count after the trident spear to Eric Jacobs. Irish whip Eric Jacobs into the turnbuckle. And a clothesline into the turnbuckle. Goes for the pinfall attempt. Nothing will put Eric Jacobs away. What does Ryan Baines have to pull out? Oh, fireman's carry to Ryan Baines. And a reverse DDT. And a pinfall attempt to Ryan Baines. Only a 2 count. What does Eric Jacobs have to do? And a stomp to Ryan Baines. And a pinfall attempt to Ryan Baines. Only a 2 count. Eric Jacobs picking up Ryan Baines. A reversal by Ryan Baines. Single leg takedown. Eric Jacobs' leg wrapped around the rope. And now Eric Jacobs with the arm drag reversal. And now Eric Jacobs, another low blow to Eric Jacobs. and forearms to Eric Jacobs. In a pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count. Chicken wing suplex to Eric Jacobs, and Eric Jacobs kicks Ryan Baines in the face, and a DDT attempt, but Ryan Baines whips him over in a pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count. Both men exhausted after this action. And APF and Eric Jacobs with the DDT attempt. No, a hip toss to Ryan Baines and a pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count. Ryan Baines still bleeding. And Eric Jacobs kicking the back of Ryan Baines yet again. And goes for the pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count. And both men on their feet. As a suplex to Eric Jacobs. And a pinfall attempt to Eric Jacobs. Only a 2 count. Eric Jacobs kicks out. And Eric Jacobs with a suplex to Ryan Baines of his own. And the pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count. Eric Jacobs stopping. And yet goes for a pinfall attempt yet again. Ryan Baines kicks out at 2. Oh, another trident spear to Eric Jacobs in a pinfall attempt. And that does it. Alright, Kenny Johnson and Dante Moretti already in the ring. Dante Moretti and Giovanni Romano, the Italian Connection, last episode beat Kenny Johnson and Wyatt Black, who is out on the outside of the ring right now as well, rooting on his tag team partner, Kenny Johnson, who is in control over Dante Moretti. But now Dante Moretti in control with an arm lock of his own. Now Dante Moretti, hip toss to Kenny Johnson. And a fireman's carry to Dante Moretti. And a forearm to Kenny Johnson. Back and forth action. One half of our Italian Connection, Dante Moretti, in control of this match. Flapjack slam. As Wyatt Black cheering on his partner. And a suplex, and Kenny Johnson pops up quickly. Irish whips Kenny Johnson in the turnbuckle. Snake eyes into the turnbuckle. And a snap neck to Dante Moretti from Kenny Johnson. Knee to the face to Dante Moretti. And Kenny Johnson lifting up Dante Moretti. Turns him around. Goes for the Rocket Man. Goes for the pinfall to Dante Moretti. Only a 2 count. After the Rocket Man. Knees to the back of this. Oh, DDT to Dante Moretti. Head smash. And goes for the pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count. Kicks to the spine. And the Irish whips Dante Moretti into the turnbuckle. And throws him into the ring post. And Dante Moretti on the mat and stomps and rolls out. And Dante Moretti with some few jabs of his own. Dante Moretti drags Kenny Johnson in the center of the ring. Pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count. So much action in this match. Hopefully we'll get Lee Bodfield back next episode. And another hip toss to Dante Moretti. And pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count. But Lee helping out an orphan in Kandor. Drop kick attempt to Dante Moretti, but misses Dante Moretti. And the Irish whips and elbow to Dante Moretti. Irish whips again. Another reversal attempt. And now Kenny Johnson in control with a face plant to Dante Moretti. And an elbow drop to Dante Moretti on a pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count. And Dante Moretti stalking Kenny Johnson. Oh, the Italian slicer to Kenny Johnson. Goes for the pinfall attempt. And Dante Moretti wins with the Italian slicer. From Studio 1615, this is APF. I am Ted the Ranger Irvine.